What is going on, guys? It's Big Ro Ronin here today, and I am going to be doing an interesting video idea I got, because I've been sleeping on the content recently, and I thought, well, I can give you guys a magic trick tutorial. And why is Ronin the not master magician giving you guys a card trick tutorial? Well, because I actually invented this here card trick. I didn't invent the moves or the sleights used, but I did invent the order they're done and the reveal at the end. So first off, I'm going to start by giving you guys a performance of said trick, and then at the end I will give you guys a tutorial on how the trick is done. So let's get into this. Alright, so the trick starts off with you asking the spectator to tell you when to stop riffling through the deck. Being as there is no spectator, I'll be playing the magician and the spectator. So I'm riffling through the deck, they tell me to stop, and this is the card, Queen of Spades, and I slap it back in the middle and hand the deck to the spectator and tell them to shuffle it as many times as they want. So they'll do some fancy shuffles, maybe do some normal shuffles where they just ruffle the deck together, maybe do a cut, any amount of stuff they want to do until they feel like the card is adequately messed up into the deck, and they hand it back to me. And then I go through the cards and say, tell me if you see your card. And I'm like, don't tell me exactly when you see my card, but tell me if you do see your card, and you can tell that I have not taken it out of the deck and that it is still here somewhere in the middle. So if they tell me that they've seen their card and they're happy with it, we'll go into the actual trick where we make a couple of piles. So each time I do this trick, there's a random number of piles. It doesn't really matter. It just matters that we go through the whole deck. So we can have as many piles as we want, some small, some big. Go through the whole deck. And let's do one more pile right here. Alright, so let's put them back together. Put some cards on the top, some on the bottom. These ones. Alright, so we have all the cards. Let's put them back together. And at this point I would ask the spectator to name their card, and they would say the Queen of Spades. So I go, alright, let's spell it. Q-U-E-N-O-F-S-P-A-D-E-S. So this card would be the Queen of Spades, right? Two of Clubs. Hold on. Let's look again. Queen of Spades. Alright, so that was the trick. Now, let's get into the tutorial. Alright, you can't see me, but I'm going to be closing my eyes as I demonstrate the first step of the trick. Tell me when to stop. The card, King of Hearts. How do I know that with my eyes closed? Because the first step of this trick is a simple force. The card on the bottom now is the King of Diamonds. I riffle through the deck and the spectator tells me to stop. What I do is I pull the card from the bottom and it's the King of Diamonds, or Jack of Diamonds, but you get what I'm saying. So this is a very simple force, and it can be used in lots of different tricks. In fact, the force itself could just be a trick where you tell the spectator, I'm going to riffle through the deck and I'm able to guess your card. And they're like, what? Two of Spades. Bam. Easy. Done. Also, when I started the trick, I did a quick fake shuffle, which just shows like I'm shuffling the deck up a little bit, but I'm keeping the card on the bottom the same, the 10 of Diamonds. So let's use the 10 of Diamonds for the actual trick. Pull it out, it's your card, slap it in the middle. At this point, you hand the spectator the deck, and they do their shuffles. Any shuffles they want, it doesn't really matter. Because you will know the card no matter what is going to be the 10 of Diamonds, because you forced it in the beginning. So, once they're done shuffling, you go through the deck. And this is when you gotta point out the 10 of Diamonds is still in the deck, but you also have to catch the card under your finger like this. So you're going to want to use your pointer finger and catch the card while you're going through the deck. And once you're done, you're going to put it back together, and you're going to switch the catch to your pinky on the opposite hand than you caught the original card in. And when you bring it down, you're going to want to take it over like that. This is called a push, and it's kind of hard to do, but it's not terribly difficult if you bring it down like this. So what you want to do is, with your pinky, move the cards out like this, away from the other stack. So with your pinky and the two middle and ring fingers, you want to push the cards out, and with this hand, take the cards and move it over. So we have the 10 of diamonds on the bottom. You can look up other tutorials for the push. It is kind of hard to do, but if you do it in a motion where you're going down, it doesn't look like you're switching the cards around. And, oh shit, there's the 10 diamonds. And we have the 10 diamonds on the bottom. So, if you don't want to do a push, but you still cut, it's easy to switch the finger catches, you can just cut it. You can just do a normal cut. The audience won't know what you're doing, and even afterward you could do some fake cuts, like you're doing more. So this fake cut, I don't know if you guys want me to do more tutorials on some basic magic, but so you can do some other fake cuts. One of the easiest ones to do is you swing the top cards from the top, do another break, catch this bottom part in between these two things, put this right here, and then take what the bottom cards were and put it to the bottom so the 10 of diamonds is still there. I'll show you one more time. So you do one break from the top, putting it to your other hand, do another break, put this second or the first pile in your normal hand and grab the second one. You put it back on the bottom, and then you take the top one and put it on the bottom too. So the cards stay in the exact same order. Alright, well my camera died, but through the magic of editing we're back continuing the tutorial. And also through the magic of Google searching, I realized I'm an idiot and that move I was teaching you guys earlier is not called a push, but rather a pass. Alright, so continuing with the tutorial, we have the 10 diamonds on the bottom. And like I said, I would rather do the pass, but if you did some shuffles and some fake cuts, that is alright too, as long as the 10 has stayed on the bottom. Alright, this is when we start making the piles. The first pile will be the name of the card, its value, a 10 or a queen or a king or an ace or whatever. So T-E-N and the of. So always remember it'll be the value and of in the first pile, and in the second pile it'll be the suits, in this case diamonds, O-N-D-S, D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S, plus one extra card. So these are the only two piles that matter. The first one is the value plus of, and the second pile is the suit. After that, you can just randomly place as many piles as you want, like I said before. You can change the trick every single time and just do as many different piles as you like, or as few piles as you like. You can make this one really big, and then we can end with a small one. After we got all our piles, you always want to take the last pile you got and put the first two ones, one with the suit and value, the ones that add up to the name, on the top, and all the other ones on the bottom. From there, you know what the trick is. You spell out the card. T-E-N-O-F-D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S. And then this is when we do the last move of the trick. See, we added that extra card in the second pile, and this is for this move. So when you reveal the card, so this should be the 10 of diamonds, right? You turn the deck over when they're looking at the card, and you catch another break with your pinky. So what you do is you turn it over, you push the card out, and you catch it with your pinky like this. So that again, I'll just show in slow motion. So you flip the card over, you take this, you turn it over, you push the card off with your thumb, and you catch it with your pinky and bring it back. So you're like, this isn't your card, and you put it back on the deck. And now you have both cards because it's under the pinky break. So you have both cards right here. So you have both cards and you grab them, and you're like, well, let's look. So you hold it with your middle finger and your thumb, and using your thumb and middle finger of your other hand, you pull back, and it'll flip over showing the card. And you can put it back on the deck, peel it off, show us just one card. Alright, so I'll show you guys again. Middle finger and thumb on these corners, and with the middle finger and thumb of your other hand, you pull it back, and it flips over. So I'll show you again. Sideways, you just pull it back like this, 10 of diamonds. And that is how you do this trick. Leave in the comments if you want me to do some other magic tutorials, or if there's anything else you'd like me to do that's out of the ordinary. I would like to thank you all for the 500 subscribers, and I'll be sure to see you all again when we reach 600. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Hit that like button, baby. Can't say that, girl, don't tell me you could say that shit. All she wants